Hello. Um, what I want to do is to demonstrate to you something about LinkedIn, which has been very useful to me in my career progression. I think once in a while we assume that social media is all about Facebook um, or Twitter, and then we forget that there is actually an opportunity for us to make use of very useful tools that are important for career progression. And in this case, one of the ones that I would like to highlight is LinkedIn, which is tailored towards professional um, networks. Um, it's to me a very powerful social CV or curriculum vitae. It goes beyond a paper CV and helps you to also create networks with people. So, without much ado, what I will do is I'll locate my app so that I can show you an example of what I want to do. Essentially, right here on my right. So it says locate app, which is absolutely important. There you are. I locate it. I want to put it here so that it's easy for me to access, and I will resize the video. So I'll just open the app and it goes straight to my feeds for today. What you see immediately is, of course, there are people that I follow, Yolanda. Um, and I wanted to highlight today one very important thing. So, how to make your profile complete, and there are essential ingredients to make it complete. So, for example, reading a profile like this one from Yolanda, you see 2 times Guinness World Record, endurance athlete, author, speaker, USATF certified coach, model. What do you read there? She is not necessarily telling you what she is currently doing. She is telling you what she's achieved and what she is good at. You know, so this is one way of presenting yourself on LinkedIn. You can talk about what is it I am good at, and you can also talk about what is it I have achieved, um, and you can also talk about what is it I am doing today. So that's really one of the things that you want to think about when you want to present yourself on LinkedIn is you want to summarily capture what people can think about you when they see your profile, when they think about your name, what is it you want them to associate with you. And in our case here, we see Yolanda, for example, a very good example. You see in the background there are a number of I think it's just a triplicate of the same picture, but it's Yolanda in action. You know, either receiving something like a present or some recognition. And then you see the names Yolanda Holder, Lion. You know, she is a connection to me, so that's why you see the reference to first there. That means we are connected. Where she lives, what is it that she wants to be known about. So 2 times Guinness World Record holder, endurance athlete, author, speaker, USATF. um, I guess that is USA track and field certified coach, model, and she is self-employed. That is one thing that you realize when you open such a profile like that, which you don't see that part when you're reading this way. I will just go straight to mine by clicking my small photo and then go to my profile, and what you'll see then is also a bit of the background. I'll just move my image below here. So what you see is the background. It's a beautiful scenery from Kenya, sort of sunset if you like. I borrowed it from one of our colleagues. This is actually in the neighborhood of my home. Some of those hills that you see in the background are just the hills that I come from. These are areas in the region of 2,000 to 2,500 meters above sea level, really beautiful green, lush areas. And what you see is actually tea plantations. So you're seeing tea in the background, I guess, and that gives you an idea about the beauty. Unless this is not tea, it could also be just grassland. But in this case, I think it is tea. So you're having a very good look at tea in the background, which is really beautiful. And then I have a mugshot or a photo here of myself. This is me at work. It was taken in my lab for one of the photos that is used on my employer's website, and it's it's an honor to appear on site. What I think I wanted to show you is once you open these, you see things like connections, and then this is where you start to see how people describe themselves. So the first thing that you want to see about people is they have a photo. So Cheng Su, for example, the guy that is the first on my profile, connections, he has a photo, then it shows what it is he's doing. So European Master of Science in Food Science, Technology and Business. It's okay, it can be like that. What I don't like is the second one, which is Grace. So Grace is HR admin and manager, admin manager at Telluride Water, and it doesn't complete, right? So it's hanging. That's an incomplete profile. So obviously we need a photo, which is not there. And this is something that is very common. I see that a lot with a lot of people, and you see the difference. Look at Janina, who was a former intern of mine at the University of Munich and now a PhD holder. She works in a company called Plant Extract, and she's a product developer. So you see that, yeah, it's coming out with the name. You see a beautiful photo on the profile. Janina is there. You see what is it that Dr. Janina Brand is doing. She's a product developer at Plant Extract GmbH, which is part of what is called Martin Bauer Group. She works in Germany. So you see three things here. You see the names, they are properly written. They are nouns. So proper nouns need to begin with capital letters. And then she has a very clear photo of herself. So not how do I say, not a photo that is interfered with in the background, a very clear mugshot, and she's smiling. You can connect with this person straight. She is looking straight at you, which is very good. You want to have something like that for your profile. And then what is it that she is doing? And look at the others then that you see there. Bernard Kosgei, Bekos, and at Bekos, I mean, honestly, the problem there is, of course, you start to see things like the name is there, yes, but it is not written as a proper noun. You need to write Kosgei in capital letters, start with capital letters. Lagat Steve, the same. Internet professional, yes, but there are things that have to do with image here. So you see your internet professional. What is it that you do about internet? That sort of thing. Because avoid capital letters. They tend to say that you are shouting. You are shouting at people. You do not want to be shouting at people. You want people to connect with you. Livia Gebaterescu, she was an intern at Mars. Again, the same story. You look at that profile. You see what the person is doing, the names. Process development engineer at which company, and it is in which area, and she did what, and of course her profile cover is different. It's a computer, it's okay, but then you see the same story, very very clear photo, somebody's looking at you, connecting with you, which is absolutely important. You do not want to look to people like you are not interested in them. My former colleague and the guy who took over from me as chairman of the Nandi Egerton University students, Caleb Matutu from Nandi County. He's no longer the manager at Unilever Tea. He is still a plant manager, but for a rival tea company called Mbogovale Tea Estate, or Mbogovale Tea Company, which is part of Sangalo, that is just like 500 meters away from my tea firm in Nandi. And again, you see, what do you see about Caleb? You see that image, yeah? Somebody's looking straight at you, is smiling a little. Caleb, not so much has changed about him. I see a bit of gray hair, but you know, that's okay to me. So what you see there is a very good example. Kagame Evans, own a Green Inn. You know, what you want to do there is you want to tell people what is Green Inn, so that if I'm looking at something like, is it a restaurant, is it a hotel or something, look at your cover. You don't have a cover picture. Because you are at Green Inn, you could use a very good shot of Green Inn on your cover photo there. Some really beautiful shot of where you're working. Use LinkedIn to also reach people. Look at Sarah Rapsh, marketing and sales expert, female leadership passionate, Net for Tech ambassador, mentor. Look at that. It's a very descriptive profile, very rich as well. And you see the cover there says leadership, creativity, inspiration, which is absolutely important. The person has basically described what it is that they do, rather than what they are good at, rather than what they do, which is absolutely helpful. And then if you click on the photo again, you see that's something about the person brings that connectivity. You connect with the person immediately. You look at that person. It's not somebody who is distant or very far from you. The photo is actually very pleasant to look at because it's interactive. And I'm not being selective here, guys. Amy, no photo doesn't help. Jonah, lowercase letters. Please write your names as proper nouns. Steve Kitur, the same. Isaac Oros, I know him. He's a respected accountant. A little bit light in the background, really good. Very good contrast with the shirt and the body, really fantastic. See nature in the background, but then the cover is missing something there. Of course, I'm not sure he's still doing what he's written here, finance and administrative officer at Ole Miller non-governmental organization, because that's not it's not there anymore. So try as much as possible to update your profiles as regularly as you can. If anything is changing, just change it as much as possible. All your photos don't need to be colored. Homan here, who was a colleague of mine at Mars, he left Mars recently, and look at him. He just did a cartoon of himself, which is absolutely okay. He still doesn't have a cover, which is all right, but then it describes passionate by driving the digital transformation. That's something you see immediately. You look at that. Which is absolutely okay. Andy Plus, he was a manager at Mars, now working for Danone. Look at him, he connects with you again. So it's that eye contact, that open smile, the ability for you to connect with the camera and through the camera to the people that are going to view your photo. It's really important that you let people get to connect to you through that shot of a photo. And then it is, of course, what it is he's doing. So global R&D director in fundamental product development at Danone Nutritia Early Life Nutrition. It's really important. I think if you look at and then Xiao Jian, so I think I used to. She was an intern here at Mars, and she did her, you know, her bachelor's degree or master's degree at the University of Munich, where I was. And you see different people have different tests, but still you see that connectivity. The photo is connecting to you directly. It's able to open up a way that says, hey, here I am, take note of me, can we connect, that sort of thing. So you want to have an image that is really speaking about you and helping you to connect with the other guys as well. Look at Rebecca. She was a PhD student at the University of Munich, so not necessarily colored, but you see that connectivity, that openness as well. It's coming to you. The person is directly speaking to you through the photo, and then the profile is also saying it. Laboratory manager, powder and drying at BASF, that sort of thing. So add a photo very clearly taken. It doesn't need to be of yourself. It can be of something. It can be of something that you are doing, something you're passionate about. But have something that really shows that you care about what people see. This is not a very good photo because one, the background interferes with the image. We don't see. You're very distant. You really need to bring yourself very close so that people can see and connect with you as well. But I mean, he is a farmer, so I would understand because he wants you to have a look at the farming environment that he's working in more and more. Right, so that is one. Have a photo, describe what you are doing, write your names properly. Look at Christian, the young guy who is leading a very successful business around here. So that's him. Dressed in a typical business suit, a bit casual, of course, but you get that connectivity as well. So I think the theme here is that when you take a photo, you really want to have a connection with people. You don't want to look distant and removed and abstract. You want to be close enough. People want to connect with you. That's what it's all about. It's about connection. And then what is it you are doing? So he's the CEO at Badenhop Fleischwerke KG, which is here in Verden. So a very fine gentleman. He took over from his father. I know him. Managing a very successful business worth about 100 million euros. It's absolutely fantastic. John Kipsang doesn't help. I mean, if you look at it, John Kipsang, Mr., you don't need to have the Mr. there. You can take it out. Moi University. So what about Moi University? Because when you write Moi University or Masinde Muliro University, you're actually advertising the universities. You're not advertising yourself. You need to tell us what is it you did at Moi University. Did you study something? What was it you studied there? Or do you work at Moi University? What is it you do there? Are you passionate about something that you're pursuing at Moi University? What is it that you're passionate about? So let it come out, clearly on the profile. This is a mistake. When people read something like this, Isaac Mutai, I know pastor, of course, and then it is dash, 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 and then it's Eldoret Bible College. People want to see what is the dash, dash, dash about. Do you want to say senior pastor at Deliverance Church in Eldoret or something like that? You want to have an image there, and then of course your background there is still the default LinkedIn background with the dots and the lines, typical networking image. You want to replace that with, how about a beautiful shot of your congregation on after your church service or some ministry, doing like that. My former PhD student Elena, and you look at that again, very calming, very, very clearly, somebody looking at you directly, smiling, very open and receptive, and then describing, of course, what is it she's doing. R&D technologist by GNT Group, Technical University of Munich, Aachen, Rheinfeld, that sort of, connectivity. It's not okay because there you're missing something. What is it you do with Standard Media Group? That sort of thing. Ricky Ngain, I think I know him. So you want to have a photo, describe your name, uh, your your sort of activities that you're doing. Don't just write Moi University or BSc statistics or something like this. You want to be more elaborate than that. And if you can, just don't even need to talk about what it is you're studying. You can talk about something that you're passionate about. So like the channel, subscribe to us so that you get notifications. The next level will be how you can leverage this to be able to get introduced and successfully, contest or apply for those jobs, because LinkedIn is all about connections. So why not? Thank you very much, and see you next time. Leave your comments below if you have any questions. I'll come back to you.